I still would like to get cold resistance too in the meantime. Let's see, is there any other areas that have quite a few apes? Libya's not really worth it. Egypt's still spreading. Algeria, okay. So it seems to me that East Africa has now been infected from the looks of it. So almost all of Africa has been infected. Central Africa I already got, so is that Morocco fully infected? Pretty much everyone else is sorted out. But I am getting a lot of points from the apes, so I'm gonna hold off on getting any more colonies. I think for the time being, Homini Bridge would be really nice. Ape and human forms of virus able to officially jump between species, increases mutation chance, and enables cross-species transmission. That would actually be really good to have. I don't want it just yet. For now, I'm just gonna get drug resistance 2. Don't really need heat resistance 1 for the time being. But I would like to get a couple of these, just so I have them. Make the apes a little bit better at spreading this, to be quite honest. And then I'm going to start, once I've done as much as I can with spreading the disease in apes, I will go ahead and... Because the thing is that humans really aren't getting much in the way of infectivity at the moment, and that's something I'm not particularly excited about. I could go for that. I mean, there's no harm in it, but I really would like to go for Cold Resistance 2 next. To be quite honest, I think that is a safe bet. It looks like, however, apes are now beginning to get infected into Asia. So, a good sign that things are beginning to really pick up. Looking to see what else I can do. I really need Cold Resistance 2 at this point, because I don't think this thing's going to spread much further otherwise. It's just not possible. I can see, though, there are quite a few apes that are getting infected, though. So that is not an issue. And pretty soon that's going to help with getting humans infected as well. But for the time being, now the virus won't freeze anymore. So Cold Resistance 2 is now obtained. I'm hoping that means humans will have a more difficult time spreading. As you see, most of Africa is beginning to get infected now, and a little bit of South America has been infected, but the problem is, though, is that I'm in an area that really isn't huge in terms of getting infected, so as I can see, Iran has now been infected. Once again, though, we just got another mutation, which is not something I would like to see. India, India and China. Yeah, now they're beginning to see that SSF is spreading in humans. Something I'm not particularly excited about. Oops. So now it looks like they're beginning to make... Are they beginning to make new labs or something? I couldn't... Oh, they realized what had happened. That was that it had escaped from a Genesis lab. So... But now... Wait. I thought I heard something. So now I think it really is time to start targeting humans more. Go for water too. We really need to pick up the infectivity of humans at this point. I honestly think that is quickly becoming an issue. And unfortunately, it's something I really can't do at this time. Like, there's not much I could do in that aspect, but... And I'm continuing to watch apes, spread here. The thing is, though, is that most of the world has now been... Like, most of the apes have now been infected, so... I think it's high time that I may see about another colony soon. looking... Definitely another thing I can see that I have an issue with is that infectivity is still not that high. So I'm going to get that, increase the infectivity a bit, and go from there. Russia has been infected. That wasn't something I was expecting. Pharyngitis again. So there we go. So now, how many apes are in Russia? Not that many. So I think it is looking like... There we go. There's a little bit of spreading. That's what I want to see. I think India is going to be the next one. I think. East Africa has quite a few apes too. Yeah, let's make East Africa the next colony. There we go. So now we have quite a few colonies in Africa. Like I said, it really does help to get as many colonies as possible. That will come in handy. But now I really need to see about how to get humans more infected. Like, once they start spreading into other areas, I think it'll start picking up, but... Yeah. Okay, 4-2. Increase the infectivity some more. Not bad. So now people are starting to get infected, and now the points are coming in from the colonies, and this is actually really coming in handy. Now finally it seems like the disease is spreading. After, I don't know how long it took, but... Now I think it's high time to go ahead and start seeing about... A touch of the hand is all that is required for ape-to-ape transmission. Definitely want that. Now I think it's high time to start upping the abilities. Targeting labs and rescuing captive apes is something you definitely want to get. You definitely want to have Ape Rampage. Don't do it immediately, though. Gonna be quite honest, don't do it right now. But it is going to be needed very soon. To be quite honest with you. Don't want any symptoms just yet. I still don't... I want to keep this under wraps for now. Because I do not trust how quickly they caught on. Luckily, though, they haven't really cared all that much. But now that's sorted out, let us go ahead and start seeing about unlocking more abilities. Making it so they can travel better, because trust me, you are going to need that. You are going to need that. Especially if they're just caught and they need somewhere to go. You want the groups of apes to automatically migrate to nearby ape colonies over time. Another thing that really needs. You also need scouts. That's also a good thing to have. Now you can see the spreading is really beginning to take off now. Almost 1 billion people have been infected now because of this. So no longer, I think, is there an issue. But we need to keep our eyes peeled because pretty soon there's going to be some resistance. Pretty damn soon. For now, though, everything's a-okay. Now I can increase the DNA generated from colonies as well. If you thought I am already getting enough as it is, I can increase it even more. So you want to go after those too. There we go. So I got all those. So now, as you can see, a lot of the countries are now... They now have apes, so... It's getting to that point now where I do think that it is time to see about adding the cross-species transmitting. But I really would like this to not be a thing. It keeps evolving that for some reason. I think the mutations, too, I think it's getting to the point where I can't really do that anymore. I don't need to worry about it yet, but yeah. Let's see here. On my bridge is 29 DNA points, so I'm aware of that. Let's see here. So now I get about 13, which was before it was like 11, so I get a little bit more DNA points. A little bit more. I'm gonna make another colony here. Want to at least have like 5 or so. Greenland has been infected, excuse me, so that's good to see. Now that I have Hamanai Bridge as well, that will come in handy. I don't really need to increase that any further. I think now is just the moment where it's just sorting out the ape abilities. Want to increase their capability in combat. I don't think I really care all that much about symptoms now. I think at this point it's alright to let them take off. But now all 4 of these colonies are going to bring in like a good 50 DNA points each time, so lots of DNA points coming in, as you guys can see, and it's going to really come in handy as I continue to get more ape abilities. So far, no one has really caught on to what's going on yet. No one has caught on just yet. But now, almost all the apes in the world have been infected, and are now intelligent, so... As a matter of fact, it looks like humanity is going to pretty soon become completely infected too. But now, I know that sound anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a Genesis lab that has been formed. You can see it very clearly on the map here. It's not that visible. I'll close in a little bit. Now you can see it. It's currently in Germany right now. So this is where this ability comes into play, as I quickly head over to increase the combat abilities slightly. Now, you have to combat by doing just that, creating aggressiveness, and taking out the lab like so. Apes attack Genesis lab in Germany. Apes in Germany are raiding a Genesis lab that is working on developing a cure for SSF. It is thought that they may be trying to rescue recently captured apes for use in experiments. So now, that's another lab down. That's going to be basically part of your main resistance, is just taking out lab after lab in countries. Let's increase the combat abilities more. Do that more. So now, basically, I think the apes are pretty much good to go. Ape attacks cause panic in Germany. Unexplained ape attacks are causing panic in Germany. Authorities promise to take aggressive action against apes to protect the public. So now, we've made it to that point where even more things are happening. People are still getting infected, by the way. It looks like the whole world will be infected, though. Look at all the yellow, though. Yellow actually looks kind of nice on this map. Kind of.